What's up guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the 9th episode of Monster Doctor. This one's titled The Collapsed Dragon. And I didn't expect we were going to be dealing with Lady Scarly so soon. I really didn't think she'd be the next girl. Especially considering there's still a character from the OP we haven't even met yet we've already had a giant character that has had no mention at all in any of the things I've seen. Like, I didn't even know this character would even exist. And then we're now moving on to Lady Scarly, who I thought would be like the final character we interact with, right? She seems like the final one we'd necessarily help out. Like, because she's so high up in the government hierarchy of all this, it's like, it just seemed like something that was like, she'd be like almost the final boss, as it were. But no, we're going to be dealing with her immediately, essentially. So, last episode was focused on the giant. And what was the name of this giant? Daifune. Daifune? I forget how to say your name. Also, wait, no, is it Diane? I forget. Wait. The two places I'm reading it have it different names. It's DNA or Daifune or whatever. One of them's got it wrong. Anyway. She's not an evil god or whatever that the legends say that she is, which is very fitting. Most legends are very much different from what they should realistically be. But she just has a cold, and she's heard that there's a doctor here, and she was just like, yeah, let's do this. And she says she had the cold for like several years. Like, oh, I think I got this about 3 years ago, or something like that. And I was just like, okay. I thought I recognized her voice actress, but in the end, I don't think I did I? No, she sounded fairly similar, Hisako Kanemoto, but whilst I had heard of her as Katusha in Girls Panzer and stuff like this, it's like, I couldn't ever get her voice to match with any of the other roles I'd heard of her in the end. Even Megami from Place Further in the Universe, I didn't even hear that. Anyway, we dealt with her, got her some new warmer clothing from the rags and stuff that she had, so now she won't be getting a cold up in the mountain. The Harpies and her all make friends, and they're all getting on very well. And with that situation kind of sorted, we go back to Linwan, and we are back at the clinic for the first time in a while. We go out for dinner with Tasalia, much to Safei's disinterest, much to her interest, on the contrary. Dissatisfaction, I should say. That's a better way of putting it. And she's just spying on them from one of the support poles in the building, on the rafters. She's just wrapped around there, just watching them eat. It's just creepy. But they both want Glenn, and Safei should win. Let's be real. But we'll see. I don't think they're actually going to make it committed, yes, he's going to pick one or the other. I don't think that's the premise of the show, but it'd be nice if he did. Considering the quite heavy amount of backstory that we've really put into their relationship. Way more than I expected the show to ever give. So, we have the commemoration ceremony going on. We're going to the Mirror Waterways for that. Lady Scarly is giving an address and all this, blah, blah, blah. Like a whole ceremony kicking off. However, she passes out and collapses during a speech, or just after a speech, something like that. And we notice that something's wrong with her tail. She has this blue, where the tail should just come to a nice even tip, it's crooked and blue, which seems odd. That seems to suggest some sort of disease or infection is taking place. My eyes, every time. So, I'm going to guess that's probably what we're going for here. And, yeah, I guess we'll be diagnosing that. I think, judging by the thumbnail here, Kafuli's going to take a bit more of a prominent role here, because I imagine she's the most trusted one to help Lady Scarly, more so than Glenn, I suppose. Glenn is, a great monster doctor, but I think Kafuli is much more respected in that for such an assignment. Just seems how it be. You get the best of the best when, Lady Scarly collapses, right? But I'm sure he'll get some time with her as well. So, with all that said, these are time-based reactions as per usual. Bottom left of the screen, you're going to see the time of the episode. I count you down 3, 2, 1, play. And on play, you start the episode, I start the episode, we'll be in sync. Watching this one on Crunchyroll, since that's officially where it's licensed here in the UK and US. I'll call out the OP when it starts and ends, so you know we're roughly in sync, as well as any obvious ad breaks, but I can't remember if the show has obvious ones or not. So, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Good. Oh. Hmm. Yeah. Fair. Hmm. Sure. I think that's a lie. OP time, okay. That was 100% setting up a flag for this episode, I know it. Maybe not this episode, maybe for the rest of the show. See, we still haven't met Cyclops Meme. We still haven't met her. I wonder why they save her for last. Actually, I don't think they probably did save her for last in terms of the anime. I think it's just that the adaptation probably reaches up to her point. There she is. And Lady Scarly. You can see the blue tip to the tail there. I wonder if we'll get some explanation on that. Yep, totally given up and doesn't have any interest in you at all. I like this music though. Oh boy, new challenger has approached. Yeah. Hmm. Wow. Okay. It's actually really smooth 3D for her tentacles, I'm just going to say. Especially compared to... Oh, now they're both synced up. Okay. Good, good. Are they gonna... Is she gonna say? Patient confidentiality, I guess. Right. Okay. Rare illness. That makes sense. Ooh. Interesting. What? Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, just dropping blood pressure. Okay. Ah, something in my eye. Hmm. Because you've dealt with it before? You know how she got it? Hmm. Why? No interest in getting better? Huh. I guess she's so focused on leading the city that she doesn't have enough time to think of herself. Maybe. Right. Maybe they've just. She's given up, maybe? Right. And it's also fairly common. Definitely. Yeah, I think there's a bit more understanding of the condition between them. Mm-hmm. Oh. Hmm. Almost certainly. Interesting. I mean, she can still refuse, though. 100%, yes, it's her patient. I guess. Yep. Yep. I don't think it's sneaking, per se, but. Okay. Yeah. Safe. Yeah. He genuinely is. Damn Safe. Huh? Interesting. Hmm. Don't think. Ooh, that's probably not gonna work. Mm-hmm. Both listening attentively, I love it. She's not in bed? Where is she? Is she up at the window? Yep. There she is. No, we can't hear her voice. Although she spoke, we heard her voice when she was talking to Iffy. Iffy. Illy. There we go. I recognize your voice, I think. Hmm. Okay. She's pretty much given up on it already. Oh, is that her heart is exposed? Oh. Yeah. Huh. Hmm. I mean, how do you treat that? I mean, can you treat something like that? Like, in this world with its technology? No. Hmm. Yeah. But she's continuing to suffer because of it. How did this. Okay, backstory on them. Interesting. Ha. Interesting. That's a very interesting way to differentiate and have these different forms. Hmm. Again, this show puts a lot of thought into how it explains pretty much everything about it. Right. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay. Of course it is. It wouldn't be an anime if so. Boom. Like, I know he's going from a completely medical perspective, but still. Aww. They really are playing on the childlike. Yeah. Oh boy. He's examining the rest of her. Oh god. You are so dead. I've heard that sound effect before. They use that sound effect in cells at work. I can guarantee it. When the pneumococcus showed up, I think it was. First episode, anyway. Was that pneumococcus? I can't remember which episode one was, actually, now. Alright. Oh, okay. Wow, just passing it off? Mm-hmm. Very time-sensitive operation, then. Cthulhu. Hmm. Nope. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to convince her. I think it's a bit more deep-rooted. Hmm. Yes. Parasite, yeah. Hmm. Oh. Oh. How is he gonna get through to her, though? I don't know how he's going to, but... I mean... Yep. Alright. And you as well. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think that's true. Thank you, Kafuli. Is this praise? I mean... Yeah, Glenn, look away. Okay. 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 Hmm. Hmm. Is this how we introduce Meme? Oh, no. Aranya. Aranya. There you go. You mentioned Fred. Aranya. Hmm. Oh boy. Oh boy. They're all like her. Okay. Mm-hmm. Potentially. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wow. That was so easy. She's so easy. Thank you, Safa. I'm sure she was. But she wanted to get something out of it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to assume Meme gets involved in some way, but I can't see how. Unless they need something smithed or forged. I don't know what. Is that the end of the episode? That's going to be the end of the episode, I think. Yep, there it is. God, that went quick. So we'll have a small little preview for next week. I think then that'd be it. But I do wonder how they're going to introduce Meme at this point. Maybe she's just going to be another client to deal with whilst the surgery is being planned and Aranya is going through her training and such. I assume that's how we introduce her. Because I really can't think of another option. Although we do have a bit of time now, don't we? I think. I mean, we've got 3 episodes to sort Skadi out. Do we drag Skadi's story out over the next 3 episodes as well? Or do we not? Or do we have that be the next episode, and then 11 can be Meme and 12 can be a finale of some sort, with all the girls showing up? Maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Alright, next time on... Oh, yeah, we are going straight into it. The self-deprecating Cyclops. Okay. So that answered my question immediately. We are going to be moving straight on to a... I was going to call it a side story, but it really isn't a side story. It's still part of the main story. But, yeah, self-deprecating Cyclops. Okay, so confidence issues, probably. Somehow that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to say this, but, like, a Cyclops being self-deprecating, it sounds right. I don't know what that says about me, but that sounds like something that's very believable for a Cyclops. I can't really explain it. Maybe it's because Cyclops... visually, from a face standpoint, Cyclops is one of the more bizarre of the monster races, right? Like, 'cause if we look at, let me just pull up the cover art for this show, and also mark off this episode of us being watched, because I have a terrible habit of that. But I mean, you look at any of them, you look at Harpy, Centaur, Mermaid, Kunai the Flesh Golem is maybe an exception, but Safae, like, all of them have just regular human faces with a little bits of hair variation, maybe ears as well, depending on what type of creature they are. But for Meme, huge great eye to cover where two normal eyes would be, and that is very blatantly different from others. Like, if you didn't see Safae's lower half, you would just think she was a normal girl, right? Like, a lot of these girls, except maybe Lulala and Skadi and Tsai as well, because of the ears. But if they don't have prominent ears or anything, like, you wouldn't know that they were monster girls. You'd just think they were normal girls. So maybe that plays into why she's self-deprecating, because of her Cyclops nature. Maybe... Okay, now here's a thing. I don't know if they would play on this, but, like, in theory, right, we have two eyes, right, we as human beings, and if we cover one, we now all of a sudden, like, you can struggle with depth perception, right? So, is that going to be a real problem for a Cyclops to deal with, their depth perception? Like, hang on, let me just make sure I'm understanding this correctly, because I've never really understood the whole depth perception thing. Also, it's not, you can't just do that. It's like, we still have depth perception. Like, I don't know why I did that. Let me see. Binocular disparity, which compares slight difference of view from each eye to determine, yes. Extra visual clues that our brains exploit. We know the size of things from memory, so if an object looks smaller than expected, we know it's far away. Yeah. But I still wonder if that's maybe something we can play into with a Cyclops. I don't think they will. I think they'll play on the self-deprecation from just a look standpoint. Maybe in her profession, because she is a blacksmith. So I guess we'll see where they want to go with that. But yeah, good episode. Obviously, we had a new girl to examine, so we've got to do the whole, oh, that bit's sensitive, and all these types of jokes. I mean, it's par for the show. But yeah, it's like, he has to do it. Like, that's part of doing a physical examination of someone. You have to touch everywhere to make sure everything feels right. So yeah, it's just the added flavor of the show being an ecchi-based show means that you have those reactions. Also, who is voicing Lady Skadi? I think I've looked this up before, but I'll just double check now. Lady Skadi, where are you? Atsumi Tanizaki. Have I heard you in anything before? I can't remember. Yes, because you were Chise from Magus Bride, Obsidian from Land of Lustrous, Miu from Blend S. Okay, so I have heard you in a couple of things. But I think... Yeah, Rio Futaba from Bunny Girl Senpai. That was the one that I said I could hear the closest of any of her voice to being this, just because it is a more subdued voice. But, like, knowing that she voiced Claire Thomas from Harukana Receive, I don't know how many of you have watched Harukana Receive. I really enjoyed that show. Like, that was actually a pretty good show that I very much enjoyed and got along with. Even though it's quite obviously a fan servicey show for beach volleyball. But I still thought it was actually a pretty good show. But yeah, Claire Thomas versus Lady Skadi couldn't be more different in terms of their personalities. But yeah, okay. That's going to do it for today, guys. So, good episode. We built up our end goal, as it were. we're going to be dealing with Meme next episode. And then I guess episode 11 and episode 12 will be focusing on getting back to Lady Skadi. But we just set up the whole premise with her first. And then we can manage our clinic as we go on before the big day and the operation. Which I assume goes perfectly fine. Like, I don't think this is the type of show that would actually risk the operation going that poorly. Maybe it's going to be close and a little risky, but I think the operation's going to go fine. Let's be real, it's anime, right? And this is a fun, ecchi-based comedy, right? So they're not going to kill off a character like that. If they did, though, holy hell, that would be a huge twist, but I don't think they will. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. As always, leave a like if you did. It helps grow the channel out. Leave a comments down below on what you thought of the episode, as well as some of my thoughts and stuff that I've raised during it. And don't forget to hit subscribe to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Summer 2020 live you can find on my channel. Thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, see you guys later.